there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Word to your mother.
Bang.
How's that look? Great.
They're going down.
What do you think the over-under is that this...
They're going to fall down at some point during the show. I guarantee it. 100%.
That was a good place to put them, though. It's like nice set dressing.
Yeah.
It makes our set cooler.
Let me see how you look in those.
Are these aviators?
Well, they're a type of aviator, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, snap. Look at that.
They like it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Cool Moms. I'm Joe Gatto.
Hi, I'm Steve Byrne.
So nice to see you, Steve. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Oh, man, lots has happened.
You said not to say...
Don't say the F word, because 3 different episodes I've had to, like, cut around you. And I've got things to do.
By the way, I'm proud of myself that I've restrained from dropping F-bombs as much as I normally do in everyday conversation.
I know, and I don't think anybody's not as proud as this mommy across the table, because this mommy's super proud of you as well. Super proud of you.
I want you to be proud of me.
I know. You've done great things. You also look great. You got good hair today.
Thank you. My boy Ross cut my hair.
Who's Ross?
My buddy Ross Fernandez out of Los Angeles. Whenever I go on the West Coast, I was in Vegas. He drove out to come to the show and cut my hair.
He's an on-demand barber?
On demand.
That's
He's the
amazing.
best. When I lived in L.A., he would drive over to my house and cut my hair, my kids' hair. The best haircut I've ever gotten is from Ross Fernandez.
Do you tip him well?
Oh, yeah. I have to. You got to tip someone like that
What do you think do you think he likes you a lot, and that's why it comes out as like, do you think he's like nice? Do you think he likes you a lot, and he's a really nice guy, or is it out of obligation at this point?
No, it's not out of obligation.
Let's find out. Call him.
Okay. You want to?
Yeah, call him.
All right, let's see. All right, now I got to go off of airplane mode because I want to be respectful to the show. Let's
and airplanes.
And
airplanes.
That's right. Hold on. I hit the wrong thing, and okay, let's call him.
Let's see what Ross says.
Okay, hold on. So you think
I'm curious?
Ross only cuts my hair.
I'm curious if he feels like he's locked in an obligation. I want you to be able to release him from his obligation if he needs to be.
What obligation is that?
That he has to cut your hair when you call him.
Okay, let's see.
You call him.
Yeah, bro.
Ross.
What's shaking, man?
Hey, so I'm here doing my podcast with Joe Gatto.
Hi, Ross.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I got a quick question for you.
Question away.
Do you cut Steve's hair out of friendship or obligation at this point?
I fucking love Steve. Steve has been so good to me.
And he cursed.
I love it.
Shit. Yeah, he's the best.
All right. I love it, Ross. Okay, thank you.
Obligation? No, fuck no.
Okay. Well, thank you for clearing it up.
I didn't want to cut his hair at first because he's a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, but...
Oh, and the dig. So you guys are buddies.
But he's a big hockey fan. And I was just telling Joe, you're the best haircut you give me the best haircut, so thank you so much for doing that. And he thought this was strictly out of obligation.
Ross, I have a show in Philadelphia next week. You want to drive there?
I absolutely would love to.
I appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, Ross. Thank you for clearing it up.
Man, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
Bye. I instantly want to be friends with him.
How does that
want
feel?
To be friends with him.
How does that feel?
It feels great for my friend.
By the way, it feels great to know that he came through for me.
He did.
That was nice. No, he's a big comedy fan. He loves comedy. So he came out, hung out, got to see some shows. We took him out afterwards with us.
That's great.
And as always,
how long is this relationship of him cutting your hair been?
I met him pre-pandemic, pre-pandemic. I was getting my hair cut on a whim, and I just never have met anybody that's. I've always just been on the road. I'll be like, I'll just find a salon.
Me too. I'm the same way.
I've never found
because I have less to worry about. I have less to worry about. I'm just like, they're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, just go ahead.
Just make it
serviceable. Just go ahead and do what you got to do here. Like, who are we kidding? Do your 7 snips, and here's your $25.
Why do I get charged the same as him? He's got a full head. What's going on here?
One of the worst insults I ever got / packet. One woman, I was like, hey, I did a walk-in. I was like, oh, excuse me. I was like, do you have time to cut my hair? And then another person came in at the same time, and they were like, oh, she's like, she has a reservation. And then the woman looked at my hair and we went, nah, this will be quick.
Really?
And she fit me and did my hair like 10 minutes. Yeah.
But do you ever think you do the old you grow it like a little long in front and slick it back, like Carlin did, or
Oh no,
you
because
just keep it short and tight?
I just keep it short and tight.
Short and tight. Yeah.
Because this is the way I only had 3 haircuts up until a long time in my life. I did the spike for a while. You remember, like I had the spike thing, and then I gave that up because I went to a Mad Men themed SNL party.
Sorry, say that one more time.
It was a SNL party that was Mad Men themed.
Madman themed
Men.
SNL.
Mad Men, the show Mad Men.
Got it. Yeah.
So I had to blow out my hair and did a comb over, and everybody, including Colin Jost, said to me, "Oh my God, your hair looks great that way."
Oh, that's nice.
Colin, Scarlett said it.
Yeah.
The main madman, what's his name? John Hamm.
John Hamm.
John
said it?
Hamm mentioned
When
my
John
hair.
Hamm tells you.
I keep it. And
You
that
got
was
it.
it. I got at least 7 or 8 people who said, oh, your hair looks really good. And no one has ever said that when my hair was spiky. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it this way. Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny. This tells you how good looking John Hamm is.
Okay.
Okay. Is it okay if I swear during this one part?
Now you can, because Ross already got some
My
work
buddy
to do.
dropped some F-bombs. I go to meet Colin. He hosted the Emmys, okay, with Michael Che. He calls me up. He's like, hey, come to the after party. I show up at the after party. Everybody's in tuxedos. I'm like this, right? I'm like, oh, fuck, why did I come here? Sorry, I swore. But anyways, I get there, and Colin and I are catching up. John Hamm walks over, and now I feel like,
Oh, my God.
are we even the same species? Like, why am I in this trifecta?
And you're with Colin, too, who was a good-looking guy.
Colin's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
John Hamm's a good-looking guy, and I am Asian Kevin Spacey standing next to these two. Okay, so
I would say you're the Asian John Hamm. I would say you're the John Pork Fried Rice.
John Hamm's known as the Asian Steve Byrne.
Is he? Is that what he
Yeah,
goes
that's
by?
what he told me. Yeah. No, but anyways, we're all standing there talking, and before I know it, this is an Emmy party.
Right.
There are like 6 or 7 tens.
Right.
All around us now. And none of us have addressed them or talked to them. They're just there, right? And I know I shouldn't be there. And I'm standing there, and Colin's there, and John Hamm's there, okay? And these girls are stunning. And it's the Emmys. They're all dressed up. They got the heels, everything. So Colin gets pulled away from Scarlett, right? Colin, can you come over here? Now it's John Hamm and I. We're standing there. John Hamm does not know me. I don't know John Hamm. He looks at me, and the circle gets a little tighter because Colin leaves, and the girls come in a bit more, waiting to say something. And John Hamm looks at me. He goes, well, I got to take a shit. And he walked away. And I was sitting there by myself, and there's this circle of girls, and I know none of them are going to talk to me, okay? And the one girl right next to me goes, oh, my God, he's so hot. I go, what the? He said he's got to take a shit,
yeah.
and this girl is still enamored by him. That is the power of John Hamm.
Beautiful people shit. Beautiful people do number 2s.
No, Cindy Crawford is not. No.
Well, I did see him when I saw him live. Like, there have been people that you see them live and you're just like, wow, this is what
I get
the
it.
human race could look like. Like, not even just out of like, oh my God, like you are just like when we went to the Wonder Woman set,
Right.
we saw Chris Pine and Gal Gadot
Right.
next to each other. And I was like, these are just 2 perfect humans that
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. Like that. And then I'm looking at them and then they're looking at me and Sal. And I'm like, this has got to be a completely different experience for them.
They're talking about what it's like to fly in a first class cabin and have your own pod. Like, oh, those guys, they ride the bus, right? Like, what's public transportation like, you two?
The dollar Bolt bus. Yeah. No,
What's it like to ride a bus with Asians that gamble and the elderly to Atlantic City?
I've played some dice on the back of a bus. You ever?
Have you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've played some dice in the back of the
course
bus.
you have.
A little bit of CeeLo on the back of a bus.
You go AC?
Oh yeah.
And you do that? Yeah.
I did. I did. I forgot where I did it. I was in Philadelphia. I had to take the bus somewhere. It was back in my prior life when I was working at Accenture. I was stationed out in Philly, and me and a couple of the guys went. We got a dice game going in the back, and a couple guys came in. And they were like, "Hey, can we play?" I was like, "Sure, come on." And we rolled through, and I won like $20.
Would you really?
Yeah, I used to play CeeLo, which is basically like ghetto craps on my block growing up with my boys, Jason Joseph and Joe Fasano, and a couple of the other guys. Jason Gordon, he was a good roller. Yeah.
Are you pretty good at? I mean, dice is it's just all chance.
Well,
correct? There's no
CeeLo kind of works like kind of like Yahtzee. Where
Okay.
you have to, it's a little bit of strategy where you're like, okay, I'll try to make this or I'll try to make that. It's not just like craps where you're just throwing 2 dice and a number comes out.
Right.
So it's a little bit more strategy. So it's like,
But how do you have strategy when it's all a roll of the dice?
Well, if you have, like, if you're going to take a chance to beat somebody and you leave the 5 and you want to roll 2 more 5s.
Oh, got it.
Like
okay.
that kind of deal.
Got it. So you could stay put on one.
One, right.
There's
It's a
decision
different
making.
game. You've never played CeeLo? We should play CeeLo.
I've never played CeeLo.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to teach you how to play and take
Because
your money.
I hang out with Chris Pine. We don't do these things on public transportation.
Oh my God! If I could go back in time right now, I would go to that set of Wonder Woman. I would take out Dice and just be like, "You guys want to play some CeeLo?" how could you imagine playing that with Gal and Chris? What a story that would be! Oh,
Yeah, Chris Pine is a good-looking dude. I went to 7 Years in Tibet open at the Lincoln Cinemas here in New York City, and my father knew somebody. He's like, hey, let's go see this movie. Brad Pitt's in it. And Brad Pitt came to the screening and then had a Q&A afterwards. And it was the first time in my life I saw a guy where it's like, wow, that must have been like what girls, when they saw Elvis for the first time, or someone's like, you see it, you're just like, that's a really good-looking guy. I totally get it. Yeah.
some people are just that. I mean, I think there's people out there that think that when they look at us, though.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. Did you not hear what I said?
I definitely
Don't
did not hear
sell
what you
yourself
said.
short, because I think people. I
what?
think there are, including your wife.
Yeah.
I think there's people that look at you and
No,
aren't.
I had to work for that, Joe. I earned every single date with her.
Did she find you funny? Is that how it happened? Because I'm at a loss. You set me up for it. Come on. No, seriously. You know I love Jess. So what's wrong with her? No, did you? How did that? I don't even know how you met. How did you meet her? Do you not want to talk about this on here?
Craigslist.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. No, I met her. I was in Orlando when they had the Orlando Improv, and that whole entertainment area all shut down after Lou Pearlman, who owned half of Orlando, went to jail for fraud because he had all the boy bands.
Yep.
And then he got busted for fraud, ended up going to jail, died in jail. But when he did, he had this entertainment complex, and he had all these nightclubs, and the Orlando Improv was there. And if he was still around, I'm sure that club would still be there. But it moved to a new location. But anyways, I met her outside of there. She was teaching down there at the time with her sister and roommate, and I ran into them at a lounge. I finished my show, and then literally
She didn't see you perform.
didn't see me. Then that night,
That
again
explains
after
it.
the next show,
That explains it.
to our first question here.
That explains it.
Here we
Mystery
go.
solved. Thank you.
Okay, and
Scooby Doo, that shit.
Scooby Dooby Doo. All right, here we go. Let's get to our first question. Okay, this is. I thought, the last one we did was a little heavy.
Yeah, we got into it a little bit. We got into our feels, and we really
Yeah.
worked it out and talked about some emotions.
We talked about some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were this close to tissues. Here we go. This is from Emma.
So I feel like this is the other way. We're gonna go
This is the other way. But this is a nice one. I thought this was a nice question. Of all the places you played toward, what was your favorite place and why? So you both in Manchester. Absolutely loved it. You guys rock. Well, Emma, thank you very much. And that's a very fun question to answer because you've been around the world. You literally just got back from Alaska a little bit ago. And international touring act. What's the first place when I say best meal? First place that comes up.
Internationally, you mean?
Anywhere.
Oh, to eat?
Yeah. Ask me.
Best meal.
New Orleans.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I knew that's the way you wanted to go. I was being funny. But it's also not fair because I clearly love to eat anywhere.
But what's one of your favorite cities to go to?
One of my favorite. I will say I was most pleasantly surprised by Pittsburgh, and I know you're a big Pittsburgh
Really?
fan. Yeah, I had never been.
I love
and
it.
when we toured there, I really loved it. We had a great time there. I also loved Raleigh, North Carolina. It was a great time. I was pleasantly surprised by Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville's a little
really
gem,
went through.
yeah.
So I really had a good time there. One of my favorite shops was there. I'm a big shop guy. I mean, the Red Tree in Louisville, that was phenomenal. And then I would say probably a standout for me, of course, is when we went over the pond. I mean, being there in the UK was just a phenomenal experience. So I really, really liked Birmingham. Manchester was a lot of fun too. London, of course. They were all really fun. I will say that I didn't think I was going to like Ireland. And I did.
Really?
I really loved it.
Why did you not? Why
'Cause
did you have
I
apprehension?
don't drink, and I know it's all pubs, and that's like there's a big thing behind that. But even just like I just loved it. I loved it. I just loved. I went to the highest pub in Dublin. It's called. It's basically like a 2-hour drive on this little road, and it's on the top of this like mountain. And in the back, it's like in a neighborhood on the street.
Yeah.
And in the back, there's like sheep on a mountain. It was so fun, and we had
that's
such a good time. Yeah, we went there for that, and I really enjoyed Dublin. I thought Dublin was a good time. Yeah, those are some of the ones that jump out for me. I would probably say if I had to pick a favorite though.
Yeah.
I mean a favoroni.
Favoroni.
I do love me some Floridas. I always have a
Do
good
you?
time in Florida.
I always find Florida, there's this cheese factor to Florida.
Mm.
There's a lot of Cubans, Latinos, the shirt's buttoned to here.
Right.
There's a gold chain. A fight could break out at any moment.
That's why I guess I feel like I'm at home.
Oh, there you go. But I do love, I love the weather. I love the food.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a great Cuban sandwich, but
I mean, Vegas is probably my favorite city. And
see, that's mine.
Vegas is phenomenal.
Vegas.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nevada.
Okay.
I
yeah.
discovered this. This girl came to my show. She does this Battleborn pins, and she does. The reason I'm bringing it up is that she. What I love about Vegas, I love the history.
Yeah.
I love learning about like Louis
Especially the
Prima,
entertainment. Yeah.
Keely Smith. They would have that showcase show, and all the performers would go down and sing or do comedy or dance or just goof off with them. So Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy, they'd all go over there afterwards. Any comedian, Don Rickles, they'd all hang out with these guys. And you get to talk to some of the locals, and they're as kind of bummed, I think, as I am that Vegas destroys and moves on. They don't pay homage to the past. And this girl, she has all these pins of all the old marquees and all the old signs. And she's starting to do more T-shirts like that. And she pays homage to all circa 1950s, all that stuff. So it's called Battleborn Pins. A little plug for her. She's really, really awesome and sweet. And I try to be as supportive as I can.
That's
I buy all her
super cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
But just even going on her website, you'll see she's taken old pictures from old Vegas and curated and made it like literally to that, which is really cool.
Wow, that's really fun.
It's really rad. So but I agree with you. I think Vegas is the best because you're getting some of the best chefs,
Yeah.
best
Yeah,
meals,
it's kind of like the melting pot.
incredible shows, and then just what I love about it is that everybody from all over the country is there to blow it out and have a good time.
Yep.
And you end up at a good table with a bunch of people.
Yeah,
it
for
totally
sure.
makes your night.
Yeah.
Because even if you're in New Orleans and everybody's there to listen to music, you're still not bonding over the fact that
No.
you all won or you lost.
Yeah.
And hopefully you all win.
Yeah, exactly.
When
right.
you're winning,
if you're a
there's
winner,
nothing feels
forget
like
it. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
For sure.
4 a.m, some yahoos from Indiana.
You've
and
been to
then-
me at the table at 4 a.m. with some yahoos from Indiana.
Well,
We've
you
had some-
bring the fun.
I do. Buy a ticket. It's a good
Yeah.
time.
Okay, so the opposite of this, what is a city that maybe
You know, there's only one that pops to mind, and
Yeah.
it's Reno.
Reno wasn't fun.
Reno is the only one that pops to mind. I honestly I've been so fortunate. I've had so much fun being out there, meeting fans and touring. I've had a great time seeing the world. But I will say I was like pretty underwhelmed with Reno. And remember actively not liking it, maybe because I thought, you know, here's a perfect example, right?
Yeah.
I've been to Nashville, love Nashville,
Yeah.
right? I've been to Knoxville, love Knoxville. I've never been to Memphis. And I went to Memphis, and I
yeah.
was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that much. I was like, okay, what's Memphis going to be? I loved Memphis.
Memphis is great,
We
yeah.
had a good time besides almost getting killed on the street. Me and Jiggy came out of a bar, and we were in the wrong side of town. And then on the other side of that, I was excited to go to Reno.
Right.
And I was like, oh.
Reno's like, because the first time you go to Reno, you think, okay, it's kind of like Vegas, right? And then you get there. You know when you go to a restaurant, you're like, can I get a Coke? They're like, we only have Pepsi. That's what Reno's
There
like.
you
You're
go.
like, I guess
Yeah.
I'll take a Jack and Pepsi.
Yeah, it's like if you're going to
Yeah.
get Italian food and you go to Olive Garden. Right there. Reno is the Olive
When's the
Garden.
last time you've been to Olive Garden?
Never. I would never. show
You've
up.
never been to Olive
No,
Garden?
I went once. They made me go once, and that was the only time I've been.
And how bad was it?
It was
as
terrible.
An Italian.
It was terrible. It was a disrespect to my culture and heritage, and I don't want to speak of it. Next question. Also, thanks to our sponsors, Olive Garden. We appreciate you.
Okay, let me get to this one.
They
Okay.
got some balls calling it Italian. Don't get me started. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just. I think it's the unlimited breadsticks that got me as a college kid.
Yeah, of course. That's how they
Yeah,
suck you in.
that's how you
they
suck
suck
you
you
in.
in with carbs. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's what they did.
Yep.
All right, this is coming to us from Micah. This question is going to go one of two ways. So I don't know how you're going to handle this, okay? Hey, moms, love you both. I'm going through Instagram while taking a shit at work and saw your story. Shit is taking a while. Not that it isn't coming out, just that it's messy and there's a lot. Any recommendations on speeding up the process and making it so I don't look like I'm just playing on my phone and skipping work? Thanks, moms. Should I not vet the questions anymore?
No, you know what? Maybe I'll take a shift. Maybe I'll take a shift. I'm a quick deuce. I'm a king of the quick shit.
Yeah.
Most people can't believe that I've done it that fast.
You're a quick draw?
I'm a quick draw. I don't waste
Yeah.
no time. So I can't really speak to this. I'm not a sit and hang.
Yeah.
I've actually beaten people at the urinal.
Come on.
I swear to
There's
God,
no way.
Honest
How are
truth.
you? How would you beat somebody?
3 to 4 logs.
With a wipe?
With a wipe. And out. I'm
Come
that
on,
quick,
man.
I swear. I never wanted to waste time when I was younger. Always. If I had to go to the bathroom, I was like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. I went to the bathroom and I got back outside and I played with all my friends that were married.
Some people
Yes.
enjoy going to the bathroom.
I'm not one of those guys who. I'm not
am I.
My dad was a paper under the arm, whistling as he walked. One of those guys set up shop, brought a little. My dad used to bring a snack tray.
What?
He set
one of
it
those
up.
TV trays, yeah.
The tin ones, ding ding. Like he'd do one of those. He'd set it up, right? He'd have a cup of coffee. He'd have his. I swear to God, like he was setting up court. I get in and out. I got things to do, man. I masturbate for 6 hours. Really
Joey
set
with
up
the
shop there.
curveball.
Set up shop there.
Yeah, my dad always says he's going to the office.
Go in the office. That was it. Yeah.
And he'll take a novel with him and bang out a few chapters.
My dad gave up smoking, and he used to go. He used to have a smoke break at work, and I remember he used to go for like a walk and a long long deuce at work,
Right.
and then. One of the people he worked with was like, hey, you were out of your office for a while. He's like, yeah, I was on my smoke break. And they're like, oh, so I gave up smoking. He's like, I did. I just traded in the time to take a walk and a deuce. So it's the same amount of time. It's just reallocating the time.
Anytime I think of like deuce stories, Colin Jost comes to mind because he's on SNL. He's a good looking guy. He went to Harvard. He has so many stories about rocking deuces in his pants. And anytime I have close calls or I actually did it, I will always text him.
Yeah.
And go, hey, I
pulled
thought
a
of you.
Jost.
Yeah, I pulled a Jost. But
Pulled a Joe, dropped a ham.
oh, that's a shit. Oh my God, he's so hot. I couldn't believe it. But he told me about a sketch he had written where he wanted to do something like where FTD, where you send flowers to your toilet after a bad experience,
yeah.
and like wrote a commercial. I thought that was so funny. But yeah, my dad enjoys it. I'm somebody I got to be. I will for some reason. I guess my body's trained. I have to be at home.
Oh, you can't do.
I can't be in
You're
public.
not a traveling pooper.
I'm not a traveling pooper, and it doesn't happen. My body knows.
You're a man who's on. You're a man who's on the go.
Constantly, but my body knows.
You're a man
wait
who's
till-
on the go and not on the go at the same
not
time.
on the go. Yeah,
Wow.
my body knows. Wait till you get to the hotel room. It will just do it, and then I gotta be naked, and I gotta take a shower right afterwards. I always take a shower right afterwards. Swear, nobody else.
You're a grown adult.
I have to shower
You're
afterwards.
a grown. What comes out of you? Next
Nothing.
question.
No, it's just I want to feel
You just
clean.
want to feel fresh and clean.
I want to
So
feel fresh and
so
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
When I'm at my poop, I have to feel so fresh, so clean, so fresh and so clean.
clean.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I like to. I don't
Why
have
did
to be
everybody
naked.
shake their head when I did that?
No, because
Like,
when you shower, I did the shower. After,
have to shower.
I get naked and then get redressed, even if I'm in the airport.
I have to shower after.
If the airport bathroom is one of the full closers,
Yeah.
I'll take my pants off and hang them on the rack. You know, on the full doors. That's one of my favorites. When you get your own office. Oh, I shut that door. I take my pants off and I hang it on. I'll have socks.
Yeah, and there's a family of 4 waiting outside going, it's that
But
family
I make up the time
restroom.
on the flip.
Huh?
I make up the time on the flip because I'm a quick shit. So I take the pants off, I take my time, doop, and I put the pants back on. I swear.
So you're tracking time. Okay, that's 10
I
seconds.
do.
So,
I run it, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Those faces are pretty close, actually. That's it. I take the pants right off and I hang them on the hook. I love.
Why
oh
do you
my
have to
God,
take
I love when
the
there's
pants
a hook.
off?
Because I like to be able to spread open, like the man spread.
So why is everybody coming out? Because I'm butt naked like a werewolf.
Yeah, but
I gotta.
You're like a dog in the wild.
I don't know. I feel more comfortable.
I think that's a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. But
And
next
then the
time,
shower afterwards.
I don't shower after really.
But you don't. Do you hear that or no?
No, I hear that. Well, yeah, by weird people, not by a lot of people.
How's
But
it weird? How's it weird to want to be clean?
Well, you make it sound like you had to shower every time after. Give me the over under. Like how many times have you shat then showered versus not?
It's probably like 85%.
That's high percentage, buddy.
Yeah.
That's a high percentage of shower post shit.
Yeah. But I feel better. I feel
Well, that's all that
clean.
matters.
Yeah.
Stance on a bidet.
Oh, would love it.
Why don't you
Would
just get a
love
bidet?
it.
You're a grown adult. You don't have to shower. You just have to
Why
shower
can't a
your
grown
asshole.
adult? I'm a comedian. I work an hour a night. I can find time to shower. I have to take a dump. Like, what's the big deal? But a bidet. Bidet is in Europe and they're in Japan.
Do you know how
and
much time you would save if you just had a bidet?
Well, I still
85% of the time.
A bidet is like taking a hose and like going like that. A shower, you're clean. You got a bar of soap.
Okay,
you got a washcloth. You're making
so
sure
when you
everything's
shit,
clean.
what happens? You rub it all over yourself. You're like, I gotta
I'm not
shower.
like-
Is that why you're
like, oh no, it got everywhere.
Right,
I'm not
so it's-
Steve-O.
Okay, so it's only
Jackass.
So you only need the hose. The bidet is serving 100% of the purpose.
I know, but I want to feel clean. A bar of soap, taking care of the bits and pieces. That's what I'm all about. Okay.
Okay.
I like to.
You know what really freaks me out was when the seats warm. Like some bidets do a seat warmer.
In the winter.
You
wouldn't want that?
My house is regulated. It's not like I'm in an igloo. My house has a normal HVAC unit. Like, what was going on?
But a toilet seat is not exactly. But if you're in December, January, you sit on a nice.
We are so off the rails.
Sorry.
with this right now. Do you see what you've done, Micah?
Micah.
That's exactly what Micah wanted, so I appreciate
what
you,
Micah
Micah.
did.
Micah, thank
Micah
you so
did it,
much.
okay.
I feel like we gave an answer.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah, to speed it up, I
even
mean, it's
more.
going to be as long as it is, but try not to distract yourself from the task at hand, is what I would say.
Good luck to you, Micah. Oh, this is coming. It was from Caitlin.
Save time for the shower after.
You've never showered after?
I have, yeah. But not 85% of the time. That's a big number. That's why I asked the number.
Okay. But when it's a situation, you're like, I got to shower.
Well, you're talking about if there's a situation and you need to take care of it, that's you must shower. That's a must situation. Like, you have to. Like, if sometimes it's like there's a bad splash, something comes out, thunder and lightning comes out and you're like, oh, I got to get up on it. Like, you've got no choice. You got to take that extra 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm learning a lot.
You're welcome, buddy.
This is coming to us from Caitlin. Hi, mommies. I recently started my new job as a physical therapist. Congratulations, Caitlin. With the new shifts, I'm now alone in the clinic for 2 hours on Fridays. I'm a female in my 20s. I'm listening. And it makes me nervous being at the clinic alone with patients, both for my safety and theirs. Am I being paranoid, or should I ask my boss to change my shift? So she's...
Well, if you don't feel safe, you're not being paranoid. That's not paranoia. If you literally don't feel safe in your place of business, yeah, get a new shift.
But she's in a...
Well, what is she doing? Where's she doing physical therapy?
I assume in
a facility?
In a clinic.
Oh, yeah. So she's in a place of business.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel nervous. I think that she does...
We'll get to the root. What's making you feel nervous? Is it shady clients coming in? Is it a lack of security?
Yeah.
Or a fear that you're by yourself and something goes sideways?
She's a female in her 20s, and it makes her nervous being alone with patients for her safety and theirs. And theirs?
Oh, so maybe it's in a bad neighborhood? Maybe she's in a bad
But
neighborhood?
why would she be nervous for them?
Because if something goes wrong, she's in charge and she has to solve the situation. Let's say a crackhead comes off the street and is like, oh, my back hurts, my neck, my back, my pussy, my crack, help me. And they're like, you got to help me. You're the physical therapist. What is this woman going to do in that situation? She is in a full situation at this point. So what is she going to do?
Do you even need me? Do you even need me?
I'm having my cup of coffee. I'm in it.
My neck, my back, my pussy, my back.
She's like, if she's in trouble. Yeah. So she feels unsafe at work. That's, part of your place of business, the place that you work, your employment.
You should feel safe.
Right. Their responsibility is to make their employees feel safe. So she should talk to somebody for sure about it. And see if they get a camera installed or, something that could help her and make her feel safe.
Sure. Yeah, but I think it's also, to your point, like, what is making you feel unsafe? Right. I think you need to be more specific about that. But if you don't feel safe, I think you should talk to your employer.
100%. If you come from a place where you don't feel safe, you should probably address it. You don't have to live with not feeling safe.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And maybe, think about a new job.
Taekwondo.
Take a little self-defense classes. You'll feel a little
There you
safer.
go. Yeah.
Nice. Let's make it her problem.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
What's your problem?
No, Caitlin, I think the consensus says talk to your employer.
Yeah.
I think and
see if there's anything. They might have some
dialogue.
ideas. Yeah, they might have some ideas.
Or you might too.
Yeah.
In terms of what you could do, but maybe you
cameras,
need a bit
better
more
locking system, a door, a buzz-in situation.
Yeah.
Things like that might help.
Or
that changes the whole game when you have to be buzzed into a place of business. That takes away the power of anyone who's just walking in, right? So if there's somebody shady at the door, you could walk up and be like, can I help you? Or do you have an appointment or whatnot?
Oh, I mean, if I was working in my 20s and there was a buzzer at the door, I would pretend I couldn't hear it.
100%.
and no one would be coming in.
Your feet up.
Yeah, I'd have the earbuds in.
In your froyo.
Sorry,
Your
I
seat
didn't hear.
froyo.
Yeah. By the way, do you get the sense nobody cares at their job lately? Nobody cares at their job.
Yeah, there's definitely been a shift about people not caring about their job.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Airports, service desks, customer service. I went to the movies the other day. I told you about that experience.
Not good service?
So I went to horrible.
I can't wait till you are an old man, because I can't wait to just hear the story, like the crotchetiness. I feel like it's going to be at like an 11.
No,
and I'm excited for it.
you know why?
Why?
Because I'm going to sell something. I'm going to cash in. I'm going to take my money, and I'm gone.
That's it?
No one's ever. I'm going to
Off
be in
the grid.
Wyoming.
Yeah?
I'm going to pick up truck.
Well, you just told us where you're going to be. You said nobody's going to find me. I'm in Wyoming. You're not very good at this.
Wyoming-ish.
Wyoming adjacent.
But my dream, and
Your dream is to just disconnect,
is
right?
to just get a cabin like James Bond goes off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
Just have something where there's a bunch of evergreens, and you're just in the middle of the woods, and you got a pickup truck and a dog, and a fireplace, and you have no internet. Like, that's my dream. Like, I Am Legend. I'm like, I love that. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
I am
There's
Steve Byrne.
No traffic. I am Steve Byrne. I got a Mustang. I got a dog. I got a shotgun.
It's great.
I can't go out at night. Okay, that's cool.
I'll do my stuff during the
I'll
day.
work with the days. Yeah. And you go into any store you want. Take what. I mean, that is.
Talk to mannequins.
That's my dream.
Yeah, it's great.
Most people think it's like, oh, that'd be. No, it's like, yes.
That's not a horror movie for you. That is a rom-com.
Me and the dog.
You and the dog.
Yeah. Okay, we did it. Here we go.
That's a good one. Hit me with the next one.
Shearboo. Hey guys, sick show. So I'm going to meet my dad in a few weeks after almost 15 years of no contact to him. I reached out to him. He turned into a dick when I was around 16 and stopped talking to my sister and I for no real reason and treated my mom badly. Since I've had a son, I want to know why he would behave in such a way. What questions should I fire at him? Wow, this is
What question should I fire at him is great.
So
What should she
let's just
ask him?
recap.
Okay, so she hasn't seen him in
She's going to
15
meet
years.
her dad in a few weeks after 15 years and no contact.
Now she's a mom.
She's a mom. He turned into a dick when she was 16, stopped talking to her sister and her for no real reason, and treated the mom poorly.
No real reason, just might be a reason that she's hidden from. There's a reason. There's a reason.
He may be protecting her for something.
Exactly right.
that
That's where my
she
instinct
doesn't know.
goes.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what-
I would think. That's what I was thinking when I was reading it.
There's
Always another side.
there's
to
a
the
reason.
story.
There's a reason that nobody stops talking to someone for no reason. So there's a reason. Who knows what it is?
Yeah.
So I think your first question is, what's the reason?
Right.
Why? Hey, Dad, sup? Like, how do you start that combo?
Decade and a half.
Yeah. Have you seen any good movies?
Right.
Touch base to see if you guys have similar tastes.
Gotcha.
What's your favorite type of food?
The internet came around right when you left me.
right.
So you still had a reason to communicate with me electronically.
Electronically, you could drop
Yeah.
me what they call emails.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. I think she's reaching out for a reason now, because I think part of you definitely gets sparked when you become a parent. We know this.
Yeah.
Where you get nostalgic instantly and you think about the way you were raised and things you want to do and not do.
Right.
So that's probably chiming in and being part of the reason why she's that. I think the number one question is like, hey, where you been? Like, let's start there.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the biggest question is why.
And I think the answer to that question is going to be get a lot of different questions, and that's going to be like a diagram of, it could go one way or the other. That's a workflow chart. Because if he says, hey, I left because of A or I left because of B, I mean, your follow-up question is like, what did she do? What did you do? You know, kind of deal.
It sounds like usually when it's these situations, it's the mom and dad.
Yes.
Right. There's something that happened, explosive. But for a father to not communicate
To the children is tough.
to the children, especially when they're teenagers.
Yeah.
At 16 to just.
Yeah, that's you have kids. Like, it's like
To
those
go
are your kids.
AWOL.
Yeah, AWOL is tough.
On that. That's.
Because even if you're mad at the spouse for something, like, or, even let's say hate the spouse, I mean, for him to put that on the children is weird.
It goes one of three ways to me, right? A, he's a total a-hole.
Yes.
Right? Self-serving a-hole. B, something happened between the dynamic and he and the mom. C, something happened internally in him that he couldn't overcome and perhaps felt it's unsafe for not only them, but for me, and I got to get the hell out
And
of
also
Dodge.
for them to know.
Yes.
Or he's embarrassed. It could be an addiction situation, right? It could have been something like that. It could have felt
Yeah.
there's something wrong like that, you know?
So I think with these, you want to, I think, go into this with kid gloves because you don't know.
Yeah.
And he, like you, to your point, he may be protecting you from something.
Right. So you got to be, if you're going to open that Pandora's box.
It could be him.
Right.
That he's protecting you from.
Or from the mother. Something that happened with the mom that you don't know.
That's right.
You know?
The mom goes to a Belle Biv DeVoe concert.
Next thing you
and
know,
she's in Jamaica, and she comes back to the
she's
UK with cornrows. And it's like,
she is.
oh, God.
You know, she's moving to Motown Philly. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here.
Boys to men, ABC, BBD. Mm-hmm.
We could never listen to that song again.
Never. Did you ever? I had a girl say that to me once. We broke up, and there was a Savage Garden song playing on the radio. She goes, "Great, thanks a lot. Now I can never listen to Savage Garden again."
Oh my goodness, really?
So whenever I hear Savage Garden, I'm like,
I cried to myself over My Girl a couple times.
wait, which one?
My Girl, my.
You cry to that?
Yeah, I cried to that over a couple. I had a bad.
Back in the day?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. Yeah, back in the day, right?
Try not to bring it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like back in the day.
Well, remember that movie with Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, where he dies at the end
He got
because of
stung
the
by all the bees.
Yeah, think about that. That'll put a
Yeah.
smile on your face. The child dying in My Girl, yeah.
I saw that when I was in high school or junior high school.
No, that was
I wept like a bitch.
that was way back in the day. It was probably 20 years at this point, but every time I still hear it, it's like you hear My Girl. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
so that's my Savage Garden. The Temptations of my Savage Garden.
It's my Savage Garden. It's like of all the songs, of all the bands, it's just, I don't know. But to her, what do you think?
Proceed with caution.
Yeah.
I think the first question is you only want the answer to one question. There's only one question to ask is why.
Why?
Yeah. So that's the question. I mean,
Yeah.
then you could have some fun with it. Like you haven't seen it in 15 years. Like you could ask him if he's seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. You'd see that, you know.
By the way, in 15 years, he hasn't talked to her. In 10, Marvel has done an epic, massive storyline.
Yeah, you
Think
were
of
really
all
get
the
him back.
movies.
Spoil Infinity War to him.
Holy,
Yeah.
spoil it for him. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Okay.
That's how you get him back.
All the best to you.
Bruce Willis was dead. Goodbye.
Okay, let's see. This is Sean. Hey, Mama Joe and Mama Steve. Okay. First, I got to say I love the podcast. I've been listening since episode 2, and it's my favorite thing.
Why not go back and listen to the first one?
back.
So you could say you
Why
listen to
would
all
you-
of them. You're not that busy.
We don't want to backhand
The first one is
compliment like
48
that. Yeah.
minutes.
Good God, Sean.
But thank you, Sean, for listening. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Sean. My problem is that I'm struggling to find a girlfriend. I'm 21 and I haven't even been on a first date or
And he's
anything
single.
like
He can't find 45 minutes to listen to the first episode.
that. You're not doing
And he's
anything,
not- he's
man.
like, hey, I'm out here crushing. I got no time for you guys. Okay.
I have no women my age at work. Closest is a 45-year-old with 4 kids.
Aw.
And I don't have luck when I go out on the town. Any luck? Any advice? Out of luck in Ohio. This is Sean.
He signed it out of luck in Ohio, like Sleepless in Seattle. Oh my goodness! Can I please see that phone for one moment?
Yeah,
I just wanna
screen
take,
cap.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
okay,
want
hold
to take a. I just want to take a look at the way the sign off is unbelievable. Out of luck in Ohio is how he signed it. His name is Sean because we could see that on the Instagram, but he didn't even sign his name. He signed it out of luck in Ohio.
And you know what he's listening to?
I instantly what's he listening to? Savage
Savage
Garden.
Garden.
I instantly, and he's 21, and he has the wherewithal to sign that off. Okay,
It's too young to be this downtrodden,
yeah,
Sean.
Yeah, I mean, Sean, let's give it a minute, okay? Let's give it a minute. You're 21.
Anybody who's in their 20s, just understand this. If you think, oh, it's all gone to hell, it's only going to, you're at your peak. You're never going to look better. Your hair's never going to be better. As a guy, you're probably the thinnest and in best shape you'll ever be
Right.
at 21. Your responsibilities are niche. You have the whole world in front of you, all this time to make mistakes. And I think his big thing, obviously, right now is he can't meet a girl in Ohio
So move out of Ohio. Yeah.
But there's too many excuses. There's apps. There's way too many. There's pay apps. There's dating apps. There's friend apps. There's a million excuses.
Why do you know there's so many apps?
Because I'm a comedian and I meet a lot of couples. How'd you guys meet? Like a dud. I can't come up with anything more creative than that.
You're like I have logins if you need them. I could give you. I think the number one thing that I always give advice in this situation, because okay, age ain't nothing but a number.
Yep.
Getting down ain't nothing but a thing. And all I want to say is here with them, what he needs to do. Age ain't nothing but a number. Getting down ain't nothing but a thing. What I would say is give the 45-year-old a run.
Come on, dude. Kick the tires. Yeah,
she has a couple kids. She knows
she
what
got
she's doing.
experience. She can teach you some things.
You know what's the best thing about
Do you
pregnant?
like fruit roll-ups?
What's the best thing about pregnant girls? They put out. So here's what I would say about it is you need to change your environment, right? You need to find a place to meet people.
Yeah.
Okay, so clearly what you're doing is right. And he's like, when I'm out on the town, okay, so your bar scene, club scene's not working, whatever. Mix it up. Go to get a cup of coffee before work and sit down on your phone for a little bit and see what's happening there. Or, bookstore it or movie by yourself or whatever, or anything that you want to try. Also try going out with a different group of friends.
Yeah.
Because friends beget friends. And then, as you expand your circle, you get more opportunities.
I'm going to say something that's a little controversial, Joe.
Okay, here we go.
This may be where you're at the edit button. I would suggest to this young man, if you're looking for...
Let me freeze my post so it's not obvious when I edit this out.
Okay, are you ready, Sean? It's Sean, right? This is what I'm telling you to do. Daytime pull, nighttime pull. Okay? You're gonna go out, you're gonna try to make it happen. Daytime, get a puppy. Get a puppy, walk in the park.
As long as you adopt it, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Don't shop it.
Get a puppy. It's an instant icebreaker. Oh my God, he's so cute. Boom. Off to the races.
That's a nice
nighttime. Get the edit ready.
Oh, that's the nighttime one. Hold on.
Ready? Get a black friend.
There you go. And
Get a black friend.
And we're back. And we are back. Why do you give me so much work?
What are you talking about? That's a good thing to do.
Don't say it again. I'm going to edit it out again. No, that's fine. That's true. I think...
How many times, though, you go to the nightclub and you see the guy with the black friend, and you're like, oh, they're going to crush it. They're going to the dance floor. He knows what he's doing.
But you could just say outgoing friend.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Oh, again.
Yeah. You want a BTS Asian. You want a BTS Asian.
I will give a BTS... I would trade in a BTS Asian for a black one any day.
Excuse me, what did you say?
No, I mean, what you're trying to say is somebody with confidence.
You want somebody with confidence.
You want a
yes.
wingman.
You want
so what
a
you want
wingman.
this guy to do here is to partner up, but he needs to bring something to the table. Okay,
It's like that Will Smith movie with Kevin James.
Hitch.
Yeah,
He needs a hitch.
yeah.
Coincidentally, it was a black man.
Thank you.
Okay, so I stand corrected. I'm not.
Thank you. Let's read the tea leaves and acknowledge the honesty and truth that Steve Byrne is. Okay.
Yeah, but in Rush Hour, Jackie Chan was getting all the ass.
Come on, it's fantasy.
Oh, I'm sorry. And Hitch isn't.
When they're over in Asia, yeah, Jackie Chan.
Hitch isn't. In Hitch, he dates a princess. But Kevin James, an overweight accountant, lands a princess.
Of course he does.
Right. So that's not fantasy. Rush Hour is with his two cops.
Those are great movies, by the way.
Both great films.
Great films.
Great films.
Provided a punchline for me every time there was a black person in the front row.
Yes.
And there was a little disparity. Oh, you've seen Rush Hour. Boom.
Great. Very nice.
Now we're back to...
You're back to it.
We're back.
We
Okay.
are like a bizarro Rush Hour. We're like the Italian version of Rush Hour.
We're like straight to video Rush Hour. I think is what we are. Okay, there's no budget. We're filming without permits.
We're like traffic. Nowhere near as good as Rush Hour. Light traffic. You know, they're a little different.
Sunday drivers.
That's what we are.
That's what we are. Yeah. But yeah,
We're bumper to bumper with Joe and Steve.
Well, I do think that we came up with some good advice for him.
I agree.
I think you got to find a great wingman.
It's all in the wingman.
Yeah.
For me, it's who you surround yourself out there. You want people giving out good, not desperate energy, who are not sleazy. You want people that are out there just to have a good time, and what happens, happens. When you put too much pressure on it, it just feels dirty and stupid. Like, you should just get out there and enjoy yourself, try to make some memories, have some laughs with people you care about. Clock's ticking before, it's all over. That's my advice.
Get a Hawaiian shirt and some Ugg boots.
One boot.
And bring a boner.
Why'd you have to make it sleazy? I just gave the whole speech about
Sorry.
Oh, there goes the glasses. You were right.
And that's it, everybody. Thank you for another episode of Two Cool Moms with Joe and Steve.
Bumper to bumper.
Sunday drivers. Rate, review, and subscribe. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Why are you locking eyes with me? And you're coming off very Rain Man-y, like right now.
I'm so glad those fell.
I know. I kind of wanted to throw a tennis ball to you to see if you catch it the way you were just talking to me.
These two cool mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us, review us, follow us on all social media, and subscribe to our YouTube.